Welcome back, students, to the biology class. Previous class where we learned about the microbes in the use of household products, and today we will concentrate on the microbes in an industrial products. Microbes in an industrial products. We are going to study this in a microbes in an industrial product in three different parts. One is in alcohol production, and the another in antibiotics, and one more is of bioactive as well as enzymes. In this way, we are going to study that in three different parts. First, we will concentrate on the alcoholic beverages, microbes in industrial products. As we say, it is industries. It means it should be produced in a larger amount. So for they are going to use a large vessels called as fermenters to produce a larger quantity of the products from these microbes. They are going to use what? A fermenters, which is the larger vessel which is used for the production of large quantity of any of a product obtained from this microbes. As already been said, in our industries, microbes are used for production of beverages like alcohol or coffee or a tea, and even it has been used in pharmaceuticals for the production of antibiotics and important bioactive molecules, and even it has been used in the production of enzymes for various industries. In this way, the microbes and even for leaching of minerals irbodu itharadikella finally microbes been used in a larger scale. But what is there for the syllabus? Only we will expect for this. I think first we will concentrate on alcoholic beverages. First we will concentrate on what? Alcoholic beverages. I think you people have heard the term of alcohol. It is not the recently used a drink. It has been used since from long before. And most of the peoples are dependent on a Saccharomyces cerevisiae for the fermentation to produce what? Alcoholic products. For the fermentation of any of the products, finally it has been fermented by a particular microbe or what called as a fungi, that is yeast, or it has been called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The Saccharomyces cerevisiae undergoes fermentations, and that results in the production of what? A alcoholic content. Last year, even in anaerobic respiration, where you studied about alcoholic fermentation, I think pyruvic acid by production of carbon dioxide, and finally taking up carbon dioxide, that has resulted in the formation of alcohol. In that way, even here during anaerobic respiration or what called as fermentation, that releases or that produces the product as what? A alcohol. So here, if you look on to the alcoholic products, you people are aware about different alcoholic products like whiskey, brandy, rum, gin, all are the different names what being given for that. But based on the concentration or the percentage of alcohol what it is being given with a different names. Either it might be called as a wine, a beer with a less concentration and it is not being distilled, but whereas the one which is distilled is being called with a different name. But all it contains some amount of alcohol. So how this particular alcohol is being obtained in the larger scale, that we will concentrate today. Here, they are going to use the substrates such as barley, I think you people are aware, cereals, a sweet potato, agave, a juice of apple, grapes, honey, a palmyra palm. These are the substrates what is being used for the production of alcoholic products. That is the barley, might be cereals, different types of cereals, the grapes, palmyra palm, honey. These are the substrates what they are going to use. Finally, what they are going to do is, first they are going to hydrolyze these particular substrates. They are going to hydrolyze these particular substrates to produce the simple sugars. First, what they are going to do, whatever the complex carbohydrate is being made into a simple monosaccharide or oligosaccharide units. So, for this complex food molecules being hydrolyzed, it is being hydrolyzed or it is being splitted by particular reactions to form into what? A simple sugars. By the process of hydrolysis, that is they are going to bring the complex by grinding, and they are going to convert the complex into what? A simple sugars. In that way, either these particular substrates, even it might be a sap of agave ribbon, or these are the substrates what commonly used. I cannot say all. A different substrates will be used for different products. In this way, these substrates are hydrolyzed to form into what? A simple sugars. They are formed into what? A simple sugars. And later, this hydrolyzed simple sugars are mixed with the simple sugars are mixed with a fungi called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It is mixed with Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Please do remember, this particular fungi has a capacity to undergo aerobic respiration as well as anaerobic respiration. If you are going to supply with oxygen, it shows aerobic respiration. If you are going to supply, that is, if there is no oxygen supply, it is going to undergo anaerobic respiration. Because of anaerobic respiration, where you could see the production of alcohol, it has a capacity to shift from anaerobic to aerobic based on the presence or absence. So, for when this alcoholic products being prepared, this should be made air tightened, such that the oxygen supply will not be there. When there is no oxygen supply, these sugars will be partially broken down to form into what? If there is oxygen, they completely breaks down. That is what where you studied in the last year. That is citric acid cycle to form into carbon dioxide and water. But as there is no supply of oxygen, so for they partially break down this particular glucose molecules into what called as alcoholic components. So for that, this is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. They undergoes a process of fermentation. They undergoes a process of fermentation to produce the alcoholic products. I think whatever the alcohol which is being obtained in a very faster rate, where it contains only 60% of alcohol, immediately where it can be taken in. But if at all, if a concentration of alcoholic content should be made more, if a alcoholic content should be more, it should be distilled or it should be aged. Says that this particular fungi which is being mixed with this simple sugars should be air tightened and it is left for the longer period under some particular conditions. Under some particular conditions, this should be maintained properly. When you leave that for the longer period, where the concentration of alcohol gets increased to 40 to 50%. Concentration of alcohol increases from 40 to 50%. So, for if at all, if you go to the alcoholic shops, the one which is aged or the one which is distilled will be having more percentage of alcohol, and that will be costlier when compared to that of the freshly prepared or the one which has a less concentration of alcohol. And when this particular the product contains about 40 to 50% of alcohol, where this is the one which is being called as whiskey or brandy, rum or gin. These are the different names based on the percentage of alcohol where it is being classified. And also the wine and beer, they are obtained without distillations, and I think there the percentage of alcohol is very less. These are obtained without distillation. as the whiskey, the brandy, and gin. All these are obtained from distillation, and these two are from a non-distillation. Distillation means keeping that for a longer time. Aging, this is a non-aged product, and this is what called as an aged or a distilled product. I think this is how they are going to obtain the alcohol in a larger quantity, mainly in the industries. And it is a particular economically stable sector. There is an alcoholic product, that is alcoholic marketing itself. It's a economically a stable sector in that of India. I think a more amount of tax being obtained from this alcohol itself. I think whatever the government which has been spending for different things, it is because of the tax obtained from the alcohol, the one who uses this. Yes, in that way, where we can obtain this by using a particular fungi called as Saccharomyces cerevisiae, or common name we call that as what? A yeast. It has been called as yeast. Then the next. Next is of antibiotics. All of you have heard the term of antibiotics. As you know, they are the chemical substances produced from some microbes which can kill or retain the growth of disease causing microbes. They are antibiotics, or the chemical substances obtained from microbes, which can kill or retard the growth of microorganisms, which can kill or retard the growth of what? Microorganisms, is what called as antibiotics. Antibiotics, they are the chemicals, and these chemicals are obtained from, not from the larger organisms, or it has not been obtained from the plant or animals, it is been obtained from the microbes. And this chemical which is obtained from the microbe itself kills, or it stops the growth activity of what? Microorganisms, and that's what we call it as antibiotics. The important functions what the antibiotics does is it inhibits the cell wall synthesis. So for this, microbes cannot grow in the host cell. One is it inhibits the cell wall synthesis of the microbes. It inhibits what? The cell wall synthesis, followed by it also inhibits RNA polymerase binding. I think during protein synthesis, this RNA polymerase plays an important role in the synthesis of protein molecules. So for whenever this RNA polymerase itself gets inhibited, then finally this microbes cannot produce any of a protein molecules. When there is no protein molecules, finally there is no toxic in our body. In that way, we can stop the growth of this microbes. Not only this, it also inhibits the translation by binding to subnucleus ribosomes. It inhibits the translation process by binding to subnucleus ribosome. I think this year you have a chapter called as molecular basis of inheritance, where in this chapter we will be studying about a protein synthesis. So for when you study about a protein synthesis, there you come across the term of translation and transcription. Translation is the DNA to formation of mRNA, and the mRNA, which in turn results in the formation of protein, is what we call it as, that is transcription is DNA to RNA formation, translation is mRNA results in the production of protein molecules. In that places where you will be coming, what is the function of this RNA polymerase and what is the function of this 70S ribosomes, and when you get an idea, then you can find how actually this particular antibiotics they functions with. One is they stops the activity of microbes by inhibiting the synthesis of their cell wall. When there is no cell wall synthesis, finally they cannot grow or they cannot survive. Not only that, even so, if at all if they survive, the next important activity is they should produce toxin, and that toxin itself they kills or they destroys the cells of our body, and that toxin is being present in the form of protein. So for what the another work we can make is avoiding the protein synthesis in our body, or avoiding protein synthesis which is synthesized from the microbes by restricting the infections to the cells can be made by inhibiting RNA polymerase binding and also inhibiting the translation by binding to 70S ribosomes. These are the functional activity what you could see from antibiotics. I think nowadays for each and every disease, finally this antibiotics is a commonly term we use, either for the infections and even for the plagues and even for typhoids. These are the particular that is for whatever the disease which you could say, it might be malaria, dengue, chikungunya, some other things, they mainly prefer this what antibiotics to retard the growth of microorganisms which has invaded into our body. Well, first, the first antibiotics which was synthesized is of what? Penicillin. Penicillin is the first antibiotic which was obtained, and this penicillin is obtained from the fungi called as Penicillium natatum. Penicillium natatum is a fungi which is used for the extraction of a penicillin. I think all of you know that who has extracted this penicillin. This is Alexander Fleming. Unfortunately, not by intentionally, just by a chance factor, or unfortunately, you could identify this particular penicillin from this Penicillium natatum. Actually, this Alexander Fleming was working on a bacteria called as Staphylococcus. His work is not on the fungi that is of Penicillium natatum. His work is on the bacteria that is Staphylococcus. He used to grow this bacteria in a culture medium, such that whatever the colonies which is being produced, by that the colonies he used to study the growth of this, the nature and the shape, all these things being made study from, that is the work is being made on this Staphylococcus. But unfortunately, you could see in this unwashed culture plates, you could see in the unwashed culture plate, you could see the presence of the mold of penicillin which has avoided the growth of Staphylococcus. ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ವಾಶ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ವಾಶ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲಿಯಂ ನಟಾಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲಿಯಂ ನಟಾಟಮ್ ಇಂದ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಲೋಕಾಕೈ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ unwashed culture plates, this Penicillium natatum, a mold ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಕೊಲೋನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಇದೊಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಈ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲಿಯಂ ನಟಾಟಮ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲೋನಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಕಾಲೋನಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತ I think surrounding to this, it is not allowing this bacteria to grow. It is not allowing this bacteria to grow. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? So for the mold which is formed in an uncultured plates or in an unwashed culture plates has not allowed the bacteria of staphylococci to survive. And this mold, when it is being examined, when they have studied in detail about what the mold which has not made the growth of staphylococci, they have identified that this mold has produced some particular chemical called as penicillin. It has produced some particular chemical called as a penicillin which has not allowed the staphylococci to grow. So for this, Alexander Fleming was working on what? Staphylococci. Was working on what? Staphylococci. But the identification of this penicillin was done by Hans Chain and Howard Florey. This work is not only by Fleming, Howard Florey identified that these two other scientists who joined with that of Fleming, these two another scientists who joined with that of Fleming, they identified that this particular fungi has produced a chemical called as penicillin which has retarded the growth of this staphylococci. And later they called this penicillin as what? Antibiotics. And this particular antibiotics is being used in Second World War to treat the wounded soldiers. To treat the wounded soldiers during a time of a Second World War. And so for all these three persons, a Chain, a Florey, as well as what? A Fleming, they were awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1945. I think chances of asking a question, 1 mark. Fleming, Chain and Florey awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1945. What is the answer? It is because due to the extraction or due to the identification of antibiotics, what being called as penicillin. In such a way, this penicillin is the first antibiotics which has been identified and it has been obtained and it has been identified and it has been obtained from these three different scientists, that is Fleming, Hans Chain as well as Howard Florey. Hans Chain, Howard Florey as well as Alexander Fleming, and have been awarded the Nobel Prize in the year 1945. Clear? I think this is about for today's class. Today we have studied about alcoholic beverages, which particular microbes has been obtained, and even we have studied about antibiotics. In the next class, we will concentrate on another few products which has been used in industries. Thank you.